Have you ever stood in your garage, surrounded by half-finished projects? A guitar with 3 strings, a canvas with 1 corner painted, a business plan folder you haven't opened in 4 months? Each one started with the same electric feeling. This is it. This is the thing. And each one is now collecting dust, judging you silently every time you walk past. You've probably called yourself lazy, undisciplined, a quitter. You've probably watched other people stick with one craft for years and wondered what's wrong with your brain that you can't do the same. I am here to tell you the diagnosis is wrong. You are not lazy. You are not undisciplined. You have a brain wired for something psychologists call novelty-seeking. And today, we are going to look at the neuroscience that proves your restlessness is not a character flaw. It is a finely tuned exploration system that the world has badly misunderstood. To understand yourself, we have to look at your hardware, because this isn't a willpower problem. It is biology. Your brain runs on a chemical called dopamine. Most people think of dopamine as the pleasure chemical, the thing that makes you feel good when you finish something. But that's wrong. Dopamine isn't about pleasure. It's about prediction and possibility. Dopamine fires hardest not when you complete a thing, but when you discover a new one. Think of your brain like a treasure hunter standing at the edge of an unmapped forest. The first 10 steps into that forest are electric. Every rustle could be gold. Every shadow could be the prize. That is the beginning of a new hobby, a new relationship, a new business idea. Your dopamine system is screaming with possibility. But somewhere around step 200, the forest stops being unmapped. You start to see the same trees, the same patterns. The map in your head fills in, and the unknown becomes known. For most brains, this is when something else takes over, a steadier, quieter chemical called serotonin, tied to mastery and contentment with what you've already built. But for you, that handoff doesn't happen the same way. Research on novelty-seeking personalities shows your dopamine system has a shorter runway. It floods hard at the start and drains fast once the unknown becomes familiar. You're not designed to stay in the mapped part of the forest. You're designed to keep walking toward the parts that are still dark. This is why the guitar excited you for 3 weeks and then went quiet. It's not that you stopped caring about music, it's that the discovery phase ended and your brain went looking for the next unmapped forest. Now, here is the part that should change how you see yourself completely. If this trait made us worse at surviving, evolution would have erased it generations ago. It didn't. It kept it. Why? Because every tribe needed a scout. Imagine an ancient group of early humans. Most of them needed to master one skill deeply, tracking the same herd, tending the same fire, building the same shelter, again and again until it was perfect. That repetition kept everyone alive. But if every single person in the tribe only ever refined what already worked, the tribe would starve the moment the environment changed. Someone had to wander past the usual hunting ground. Someone had to taste the unfamiliar berry. Someone had to find the new river when the old one dried up. That someone was you. Your ancestors weren't the ones perfecting the spear for 30 years. They were the ones who got bored of the same valley and discovered the one next door had better soil. Novelty-seeking wasn't a glitch in the system. It was a specialized role, just as essential as mastery, just rarer and louder in how it shows up. Society today rewards the spear perfectors. School rewards finishing the assignment. Work rewards staying in one lane for a decade. The entire world is built to measure people by depth in a single area. And that is exactly why you feel like you're failing, even when your brain is doing precisely what it evolved to do. But I want to be honest with you about the cost, because pretending this trait is only a gift would be dishonest. A dopamine system this responsive to novelty also means you reach the boring middle of any project faster than most people. The boring middle is where mastery actually lives. The repetitive, unglamorous practice that turns a beginner into someone genuinely skilled. If you abandon every project the moment it stops feeling new, you never reach the part where your scouting instinct could actually pay off. So the goal isn't to suppress your novelty seeking. It's to build a structure that lets it work for you instead of against you. Here is your toolkit. First, separate exploration from commitment. When a new interest grabs you, give yourself permission to explore it freely for a short window, say 2 to 3 weeks, with zero guilt. This is your scouting phase. You are allowed to dabble. You are allowed to drop it. This isn't failure, it's reconnaissance. And reconnaissance is a real and valuable phase of mastery, not a detour from it. Second, install an artificial discovery loop inside the thing you actually want to stick with. If your dopamine craves new terrain, then manufacture new terrain inside your existing project. Learning guitar? Don't just keep playing the same scale until you quit. Switch genres, switch tunings, learn the instrument's history, find new artists no one's shown you. You're not abandoning the guitar, you're feeding the explorer parts of the same forest. Third, attach your projects to people, not just to the task. Novelty seekers often quit privately, in isolation, the moment the spark fades. But accountability changes the chemistry. A weekly check-in with one other person, a shared deadline, a small public commitment, these create a different kind of dopamine hit, a social one that can carry you through the exact stretch where your internal spark used to disappear. Finally, track your pattern. Instead of fighting it, keep a simple list of every project you've started and roughly how long the spark lasted before it faded. You'll likely find a rhythm. 3 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever your number is. Once you know your number, you stop being blindsided by the drop-off. You can see it coming and decide in advance, is this a project I let end naturally or one I want to fight to push past the wall on purpose? You are not someone who lacks follow-through. You are someone whose brain is built to map new territory faster than almost anyone else's. That is not a smaller gift than mastery. It is a different one, and the world still needs it, even when it forgets to say so. So the next time you find yourself bored of something you swore you loved a month ago, take a breath and remember the truth. You are not quitting. You are scouting. And the tribe has always needed someone willing to walk past the edge of the map. If you want to understand the other half of this puzzle, what happens when your scouting instinct collides with a world that demands you pick one lane and stay there forever, click on the video right here, where we break down how to actually build a career out of a restless mind.